Oh my gosh, I don't know how many times I saw that first movie. A lot. I actually recently just watched it again, like last week, with a friend who'd never seen it before, so that was kind of fun. But being such a huge fan of the first movie, knowing that I was going to be a part of the second one was just so surreal and so exciting, and it's amazing to be part of this.
I think in any industry, it's always difficult to find those people that you gravitate towards and have lifelong friends. But I don't really think it's this business necessarily. But I've been really lucky to make some of my best friends on films and keep them throughout my life. One of my best friends and my roommate, actually, I met on the first movie, Kelly J. Cole. And so that is the epitome of working on a movie and being sisters. And she is somebody that I will be friends with forever. And I think there are a lot of girls and guys in this business that have the right intentions, and you find them, and I think you hold on to them, and that's what is, I think important.
I don't really look at it as a matter of hiding it or keeping it. It's something that I've loved doing always. I think I was just kind of looking for the right opportunity to explore it. Because as an actor, wanting to sing isn't always like, that's viewed in a different sort of way. So I think as an actor, I was looking for the opportunity to find a way that I could sing somehow. So when this came along, and obviously it's a dream role for that sort of thing, if you're looking for that, I was able to find that in this. And the first time I sang live in the movie was when I sang live for the Bellas, when I auditioned for them. So the first time that you will hear me sing live is me singing live for the Bellas.
And how do you feel? Amazing. She's not going to say that, but like ridiculous. She has an amazing voice. I was completely shocked because I just had no idea that you could sing like that. And then getting to hear you live, it was. She's got no, but it's very soulful, and for being so young, it's very. I don't know. You got a lot of heart in there.
Well, I think sort of maybe from more of an outsider standpoint, I think the girls kind of had it down the second time around, and there were statements made in the first movie that come back in the second movie, and they all kind of picked up on the banter is so real and genuine and spontaneous, I feel like, and I think for me, my character is really good about kind of just going with the flow and like agreeing with everything. So in terms of improv, it was fairly easy. But yeah, I think, what do you think?
I think on this one, Elizabeth Banks really gave us the freedom to try things out, even if they didn't work. She knew that the more time given for improv, the more little things that could be, picked up along the way. And there was a lot more improv on this one. A lot of it, doesn't make it, or it does, but it really, you got the sense that we tried new things and we felt safe with each other because we knew each other better. So there was a collaborative atmosphere this time around, and it wasn't in the first one too, but we knew each other's comedies so well that we really had the chance to play. Well, we don't like to talk about it, but
It's a sensitive subject.
we beat her and made her sing while doing push-ups. No,
That wasn't all.
We were really excited to meet her, and when she walked in, we were really, really glad that she liked the first one so well and really became a part of us like very, very quickly. I mean, there wasn't any sort of uncomfortable.
No.
I think that's because of how genuine she is, and so I think that I don't know from your point of view like what it was like, but I think that it was very seamless how it all happened.
I do think there are maybe some similarities between me and my character in terms of kind of like being the deer in headlights, completely new and very eager and fans of everyone. Walking into a world that was already established was kind of like as equally as intimidating as it was exciting and thrilling. But again, had a very warm welcome, and they were very helpful, all the girls, in helping me, get caught up.
The slumber party scene was actually really fun to shoot because we genuinely all were in a big tent and sleeping in various positions, really close to each other. And so in between takes, we didn't get out of the tent, so we just were all kind of banded together. And Rebel went on an improv for a really long time, and then I decided to sing Natalie Imbruglia's Torn. And I went up to Liz afterwards, and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't think you're gonna buy that song. And she was like, I don't know, we might. And so I guess they did. But which was fun that that made it in there. But we sang that entire song in its entirety probably about 20 times, which is always a good go-to song to bring the girls together. And I think that was really fun.
We were. I never knew, again, obviously wasn't in the first movie, but I didn't realize that a group of the manliest men in the world were such a fan of Pitch Perfect.
By the way.
I don't know, it was quite shocking, but to the extent that they would go into their trailers in between setups and come back and show us videos of them doing the numbers from the first movie, full on.
They each had their own parts and they knew the dance.
Oh, everything. Yeah, it was really impressive. I don't know. Riff Off is one of my favorite scenes in the first movie. Mm-hmm. So to be again part of this one, I think was really was fun.
David Cross in those scenes. I don't understand how you kept it together.
I didn't.
I know, but sometimes you did, and it was shocking to me because I luckily wasn't on camera when he was talking to you, and he was genius. So yeah, that whole scene between him and the Packers, and then getting to have Adam Devine and Skylar back and Ben. When Ben is professing his love to you, I think that's my favorite moment of the whole thing when he goes on the spiel. So sweet. I love it.
Yes, I'm going to Barton University. I think for me right now, I haven't even graduated high school, and I've realized though in the last 4 years that I've been in high school, with all the traveling that I've done and all the movies that I've made, I kind of find that the world is my classroom, and I've experienced things that I don't know you can necessarily get from reading in a history book. But college has always been an interest of mine, and I think I really would love to fully pursue that when I'm in a place where I can give myself and give everything from me to an education of 4 years and go to a university and take the time and really focus on that, because I do find that balancing school and work is like working 2 full-time jobs, and it's not easy. So I think at the right time, that will definitely happen. I have to honestly say it changes all the time. It changes all the time. I 1 minute want to study film, and then I'm on a film set talking to other actors about how they studied film and how they wish they studied something else, or whatever. I've talked to so many different people, and I think part of my thinking in that it will happen at the right time. I could not decide between now and 6 months from now what I want to study, and so I think that's kind of where I'm at in saying that I'm not necessarily ready, because I really don't know. What would you? I don't know.
I know now, but now I'm a little old. I go back. That's one of my biggest regrets, though, is not going to college. So
I think the beauty is that you can go at any time. You can go whenever. And I realized that. I think while I was going through high school, there was a lot of pressure of being like, where are you going to college and what are you going to study? And I think in my community, too, that's a big thing where, with parents, it was all about, what college is your kid going to? And the difference, I think, in my family is that my parents always supported my brother and I 100% with what we wanted. And luckily, we found something that we're decently good at, that our parents have supported us in, and that make us happy. So, yeah.
Rebel Wilson is hilarious again. Were there any scenes where you couldn't keep a straight face when she was improvising?
Most. I think she's very all of her improv is improv, but she comes with a plan. and she knows what she's doing beforehand. And so she has like a list of, various things that she could say, and sometimes like she waits until the last minute to say the one that is the craziest one, and so you never really know what's gonna come. But she's extremely smart, and so she knows how to improv and how to make sure that these are the things that she's thought about and work with the scene. She always wants to surprise us.
Always.
Yeah. She likes that shock factor. Yeah. I think she is really excited when we're all like,
Yeah, totally.
yeah, I mean, I'm still learning every day about myself and this business, and so I feel odd to give advice, but I think luckily for my career, I've been in this business since I was 12 years old, and there's definitely a perseverance that comes with being in the business for this long and constantly working at it and constantly striving to get better and go to the next step, because you never really ever get there. It's like this peakless mountain, because even the best actors want to do something better, and so you're constantly trying to challenge yourself. And so I think for me, my advice is to be grateful for what you have and strive for more, and to not give up if you have it. And I constantly try to remind myself of that.
I mean, I second everything you just said. I think it does feel maybe a little weird sort of giving advice to that, but I think I can share some advice that people I've worked with have given me, and I luckily have received some really incredible advice from different people all around the world about different things, life, this business, work, anything. But I think one thing that sticks with me that happens to be the most simple is to have fun. And once it becomes anything other than fun, I think is when we realize we're not in the right place. And that stood out to me. Someone told me that when I was 13 years old, and that was when I was having the most fun, and I have not stopped having that much fun since I've started, and I think that's really important.
Who was it who told you to have fun? Jack Bridges?
Oh, gosh, no, it's there. It's a name drop.
Oh! She asked me. No, I know. That was crazy. This is actually, that's just because of me. I was concerned. Jesus. Oh my gosh. I don't know that labels have really seen this movie. They will. So we'll see. I think going on tour is something. I've visited friends that are on tour, and going to concerts is one of my favorite things in the entire world. And I think to be able to sort of have that live reaction is something that you don't get as an actor. So there's something, and we kind of got a taste of that shooting our finale over the course of a week. We saw that we went on tour for a year, but for a week we were able to perform in front of a live audience. And there's something, again, that you get that as an actor you don't necessarily get until months later, and it's not even a live reaction, it's just feedback. And so kind of to have that would definitely be something. I mean, if I were to ever consider going on tour, I have a lot of work to do up until that point, but it would be something that would be cool to experience.
Do you play any instruments as well as singing?
Air guitar, air drums. I don't.
I mean, I've been lucky to work with a lot of female directors. One of my first movies was a female director too, and so I've kind of been used to that vibe, and I never saw this movie as a female empowering movie, and I'm so glad that it is. But I don't think any of us set out to do that, except that we wanted to showcase all of these different girls and different backgrounds and different ways of thinking, and have them be unique and have people relate to them. And so I think on set, definitely having a woman director led itself to girl power and bringing us all together. But I think the cool thing about this movie is that it's funny no matter if you're a girl or a guy. I think guys like it, girls like it. It's not specific to, you know, a gender, and I think that is why it's empowering for women, because there's no separation.
I mean, other than like seeing prom pictures on Twitter and like Facebook of your friends that just went to prom last night, no.
You said?
No, I think, you know, it's funny because it's one of those things where when I'm getting ready for an event, my friends see those pictures the next day on my Twitter, and when they get ready for their events, I see it. It's kind of, I don't know, I think there are some obviously crucial moments throughout high school or, I don't know, young adulthood, that stand out, but I really do feel like I have, again, been places in this world and have attended certain events that I don't know that I would have been able to if I were anywhere else, so there's that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm the last person to ever know about, I think I found out through Twitter that it was a rumor that Pitch Perfect 2 was even happening. I was like, what? So I'm just grateful that I got asked to be back, and I'm going to definitely, I would love to do Pitch Perfect 3. I was joking that Chloe might be 40 years old when she comes back, but I'm just still going to be Bella. I mean, I'll do Pitch Perfect 8. You were saying, anyway, but yeah, go.
No, I think, I don't really know what I'm doing next. This has been a big thing on the calendar. I'm really, really excited for this to finally come out. It's been a year now since we made the movie, which is crazy because it feels like it was just yesterday, really. But yeah, again, we're kind of the last to know about really anything. But I think if I were to have the opportunity to come back and have a second experience with this, I would love that.